I want to talk about joy. We, we live in a time where joy is not the obvious default choice. Like, if you look at what's going on in the world, I don't have to tell you, there's a lot of reasons to not feel joyful. And in some ways, it kind of feels like to feel joyful is a betrayal. It's like there's so much suffering. Who am I to feel joyful? I think, kind of, though, actually, cultivating joy is very worthwhile, and I wanted to talk about it. So, what do I mean by joy? Well, I mean, when I think about it, I think it means the experience of lightheartedness. So, that is a challenge. I think it's maybe always been a challenge, sort of. I don't know if that's true. It feels like it feels like there's a lot going against joy in 2026. For yeah. So being lighthearted, yeah. How do you do that? I mean, I don't have any really deep insight into this, but I do think it's worth pondering. So I'll just talk about it. I think the first thing is, well, discerning a little bit between joy and excitement. So to feel excited, like, there's things that are exciting and almost have like an addictive thing to them, and they can feel like joy in the moment. I'm thinking like anything you're addicted to, uh, or that you feel that is like, "Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing," but then you do it and you're like, "Ooh, this is great," and then afterwards you're like, "Ugh, was that great? I don't know." To me, that's not joy. That is excitement or stimulation of some kind. It's different than joy. Joy is this lighthearted thing. So if it's lighthearted, then afterwards you might look back on that experience and you won't feel like, oh, I don't know if that was good. There's no question with joy. It's unambiguous. It's lightheartedness. So how do you experience that? I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm always joyful, or I have so much joy. I'm like, I figured it all out. Definitely not. But I do consistently experience lightheartedness and joy, and it's not by accident. It's like something that I've really worked on cultivating over a long time. And to me, the first step is to orient towards it, to realize that isn't a significant thing. So anything in your daily life, if you experience lightheartedness, it's like, that's significant. That's significant. It's not irrelevant. It's actually, that's a big deal. So that's the first thing, is just orienting towards it, or like trying to notice in your day if there's a moment of joy, and to kind of celebrate, appreciate it, recognize it, and acknowledge that, yeah, cool. Despite everything that's going on, maybe you have personal challenges. Obviously, the world has many challenges. Communities that we're all part of are facing many challenges. People we love are facing challenges. And joy still happens if you acknowledge it. Hopefully it happens on its own naturally. If it doesn't happen at all, ever, of course, that's possible. I know, if you're feeling really depressed, then maybe you can't really remember the last time you felt joy. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, just be happy, just be joyful. I know it's not that simple, obviously. So then, beyond just trying to notice the natural joys that might happen in daily life, I think there are practices you can do. So the way I see it in my experience is the mind and body are super connected. So joy, lightheartedness, I think this word is important, lightheartedness. It's talking about the heart, which has a physical location. And I think that's really significant to me. It's significant. So the heart, so the chest area. Opening up your chest is a good start. Like, like being hunched over like this, it's harder to feel lightheartedness. If you stretch open your body physically, so like doing stretches for your shoulders, your neck, your chest, like open that thing up, like stretch it out, like do more of that than you think makes sense. Like, don't just do it for 10 seconds and think, oh, cool, I've stretched. Like, do that for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, just give yourself time to open that part of your body up. This is what I've learned through some years of practicing, like in Qigong systems, that really emphasize the relationship between your mind and your body. So by opening up your chest area, that's a good start. And then in addition to that, like lightheartedness. So that's like, instead of having a constricted kind of heavy feeling in the heart, to try to cultivate with your mind the process of kind of like being soft, I guess, in your heart. So the quality of your consciousness, I guess you could say, can be very like focused and intense and like, I'm gonna feel my chest and my heart and feel light. It's like, no, it's not like that. It's like gentle, being gentle, physically gentle with your mind in your heart. So like in Taoism and Qigong and stuff, there's this notion of release. It's very important. It's also really important in Buddhism. They kind of have different terminology, I think, for it. But this idea of release is really important. So instead of having or noticing like the constriction, by bringing awareness to the constriction and having an attitude of, okay, well, there's constriction, and I'm going to bring awareness and a kind of gentle awareness towards seeing if I can release any amount of that constriction. And if any amount of that constriction can release in the heart area of your body, that will promote joy. And so that can be done. That can be practiced repeatedly, and that can work. It really can. I know for myself that can work. So these things, so working with your body and your mind. I'm obviously biased because I'm really into these things, Buddhism, Taoism, these types of practices. But you don't have to be Buddhist or Taoist by any stretch of the imagination. Like it's not dependent on a worldview necessarily. It's just dependent on practicing it, and also acknowledging that it's important, that it's not something that, oh, if you're busy, you don't need joy, or if you're stressed, you don't need to practice these things. I think we do. I think we do. The other thing is to notice what activities lead to or prevent joy. What activities prevent joy? So if you can apply some reflection to life of seeing, oh, this thing that I just spent 3 hours doing in my free time, assuming you have 3 hours of free time, not everyone does. Most people do. A lot of us are watching 3 hours of TV a day, or scrolling on Instagram for 3 hours a day. But so assuming you have some free time, you can do less of the things that you know don't really promote joy, and more of the things that you know do. I know it's not easy. It takes you gotta be kind of like, you gotta be kind of fucking crazy. You gotta be like, no, I'm not in the mood to stretch. I'm not in the mood to do awareness practice. I'm not in the mood to put down my phone and just actually stop. But I'm gonna do it every day. And I'm gonna build this over time, because it takes time and repetition. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So that's just some encouraging words for pursuing joy. And I think it's really important, because if for no other reason than for your own benefit, but also it could benefit the people around you too. If you can experience 1% more lightheartedness in your life, that will impact other people too. And I know that's not going to change the world. I know it's not going to solve the genocide. I know it's not going to solve the economic unrest. And we can still have time to learn about those things, and even be very concerned and worried and fearful and anxious about the world. That's, caring about humanity. There's gonna come with that, there's gonna come this concern that's like, oh my God, something's not right. This is not right. correct. I don't think it's right, but still, in a much more immediate way, joy is powerful. Joy is powerful, and it can change your experience little by little, and it can also benefit other people. So that's my thoughts for today.